Now looking at part 6, I want to talk about Saturn. This plugin is incredible for distortion, gentle saturation, even like bit crush type effects. It's really, really a strong tool to use on many different buses or individual groups. Now in today's example, I like using it in buses, but that's as in my group that I've been using here. But that goes also that there's going to be individual stems that I want to point and push further, say a lead or a vocal or something that I want more crunch than what's on the actual group. I'll then go on individually and do that. So there's going to be situations like that where individual versus the group. So what I like doing on the drum group is applying gentle saturation. Now, someone might be saying, well, why would you want to do that to your kick? That argument is valid. Sometimes I want to keep my kick completely out of this group and do, saturation amount differently. But for today, how I'm feeling where this is going, a gentle saturation from Saturn is not going to hurt our kick too much. It's only going to help it, in my opinion. So we're going to open up Saturn here. And anyone new to this interface, you guys can use different tubes, amps, and get the saturation, really destroy it with very, very crunchy, like bit crush sound. I'm not going to go through all of these today. It will take a lot of time. They have plenty of presets for us. But what we are going to look for today is splitting up bands. So what I like to do on my drum group is I go right down the middle. You guys can see the frequency range. I like doing a 300 hertz. Over here, I like doing gentle saturation on my low end. So it's going to be my main kick, a bit of the snare drum, and then this is going to be my hi-hat section. So I put a different amount of processing from Saturn on those groups. That's why this plugin is incredible. Once again, you guys can make it a little smaller or wider, whatever you want to do. Saturn lets you guys do that. FabFilter lets you really, make these as big as they can. It's incredible. But what I want to do to start is my low end. So let me just solo this. So you can hear when you go too far. I always like pushing it as far as I can go, and then it helps me understand, okay, we need to now find a happy medium. So I really don't need too much of the treble out of the low end. We're getting that over here from our hi-hats, our perk 1 and 2, our rides. We're really getting that here. So on the rides and stuff, I generally like to put a tube. So this is going to give it more of a warm sound to my mid-high range. Now listen carefully how the main difference. Saturn, specifically for the saturation I'm doing, is a minor detail, but this goes a long, long way at the end of the process. Right, that 1 to 2% difference is really what makes things shine. I'm not going to saturate my break perk group. I'm not going to touch my guitar group because I want them to stay clean and clear. I don't want to really put them, change their kind of sound and the feeling of them too much here. So what I will put on is my chord group over here. So if we go to our group now and check out the chords, I want to bring them out a touch more in the mix, and Saturn can really do that. So let's just solo that. And let's check out the lows. There's not much information over here. You can see right here is a subtle amount. But I'm going to give warmth to that area. And we can hear that separately. You can hear what we're doing there from here. And without that mid warmth, listen, without it, it's a bit dull. So we definitely need both there. Now I like to push the vocal also, another stem, but I'm going to go in on my vocal group and push that a little bit. And this is most likely all I'm going to do with the Saturn. I like doing it on individual stems too, you know, one by one, but today I like leaving things a bit more mellow here in the breaks. I don't want to oversaturate and warm those up too much because the production itself already has that. You can hear how it has that guitar amp. Very nice edge to bring into the mix. And you'll notice when that amp's on, it hides it a bit. So we need to bring the presence back. As opposed to this. You know, nice. It's almost a different processing approach that you could do in the production side. But mix-wise, I like adding these plugins towards the end to bring out what I've already done, what's already been done in the production. We do that 1 to 2% with certain, you know, amps, tubes to bring it out a touch more. So listen to that good distortion it's bringing in this range. Right, the distortion is doing an incredibly good job of making the vocal more unique in the mix. So that's what I would apply with Saturn.